Good morning, YouTube. Thought I would check in with you, talk a little bit about my channel and some of my thoughts on guitar. I was thinking, I think one dilemma that every, I guess, average guitar player has, or maybe slightly above average, you get to a point where it's kind of like writing, I can spend time learning more and more words and improve my musical vocabulary and maybe get better that way, or you just learn to write with the words that you already have. I'll show you one cool thing I have. My stepdaughter got me this about a year or two ago. It's an encyclopedia of guitar chords. I was joking with her. I said if I knew 5% of the chords in this book, I'd be playing like Andre Segovia. But it's really cool. I actually wish I had more time to just sit around and study my music. I'm still in the heart of my career, which, don't get me wrong, very grateful for my career. It makes everything else possible for me. I was a late bloomer with work. I had lousy jobs in my 20s. I didn't even get into my career till my early 30s. And I didn't get my first guitar till I was 20 years old either, so I was a late bloomer with that as well. By the time I got a guitar, I had friends that were amazing. I wonder sometimes whatever happened to some of those friends. Did they give the guitar up, or where their lives took them? But I haven't seen them in years. As far as I know, I think that most of my work associates don't know about this YouTube channel, so I have a little bit of a wall of separation between my work life and my personal life. But I'm not ashamed of music. I love it. When I work, and I work hard. And when I'm off, I like to enjoy my life. And I don't want to be stereotyped by people just because I play guitar or I like blues and rock and roll. One thing I've been doing a lot lately, because I've been working so much, I've been studying for a regulatory test. Maybe I'll show you some of that in a separate video. I got stacks and stacks of flashcards, so I'm probably 100 hours into studying for this test. And my wife, she spends a lot of time alone while I'm studying, but I've been practicing unplugged. So suppose my wife puts a TV show on that I'm not really interested in, I'll be kicking back in the chair and just practicing scales unplugged. It seems like it helps me not lose all my skills while I'm studying for this regulatory test. And I'm always fooling around with things unplugged. I definitely need to get an acoustic, but and the other thing too, I'm planning on sharing some skills with a friend of mine that plays in a band at our local church. The scales are kind of like, for me, kind of like a Rubik's Cube, you learn the initial shapes and you learn your major and your minor scales and the pentatonic. But then what kind of happened, or has happened for me over the years, is they've all kind of merged into one scale. So I'm going to try to share with him some ideas that I wish I had learned like 10 or 20 years ago, I, for many years, was stuck in the box. If I was playing the pentatonic, I stayed in the pentatonic, Or if I was playing a major scale, I stayed in that scale. I didn't really know how to break out of those boxes, and I'm still kind of learning that, but how they all intermix. I probably, over the years, spent too much time working on lead and not enough time working on rhythm. So one of the things I've been doing this last year is just working on simple strum patterns, A lot of my early guitar work was influenced by this guy, probably my favorite guitar player, one of them, Keith Richards, and I still have yet to read the book. But so I got, for a while, into this like choppy way of playing guitar, So I thought like, well, I don't need those rhythm patterns because I'm not playing acoustic. But I think because I started guitar backwards, I learned how to jam and I learned a lot of good riffs, but there was a lot of fundamental things I didn't learn. So I'm kind of like going back trying to learn some of those fundamentals. So sometimes I'll sit around and just practice those strumming patterns. But anyway, I should be hopefully passing this regulatory test here in 3 weeks. I'll get a lot of my free time back. One other small clarification about my channel. My channel is a blog, so the design of my channel is not really to show how good I am in guitar, because actually I'm really aware of my limitations. It's just more of a venting place. And I don't know, I just get the urge to release steam, and that's where this YouTube channel comes in. And I love watching, of course, I love watching amazing and expert players, but I also love watching amateur players too. And that's one of the cool things about guitar, is you can be average and still have a hell of a lot of fun with it. So to average players everywhere, keep playing. Don't worry if you don't sound like Andre Segovia. You know, fuck it. Just do the best you can. All right, I'm out.